Welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk with Lakshmi. Well, viewers, this week we will be visiting the Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, where there will be a vigil and speak out program for Stacy Singh. Stacy Singh was only 26 years old, and on January 1st, 2018, her body was found. She was brutally stabbed to death, unfortunately, by her husband, who then later on went to a park and hung himself. Today, we will give back a memorial service to Stacy Singh. Let's take a visit and let's take a look.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome again. My name is Tej Motilal, and I'm also one of the steering committee members of Jahajee Sisters. We are in deep gratitude that you're here with us when there's so many other things you could have been doing today. But honestly, I can't think of anything more important than a community and our allies coming together and saying, no, we will not stand for violence against women anymore. So please take a moment to give gratitude for yourself and be in celebration, even amidst the pain and the mourning, for being here. This is the moment that matters the most, when we step out of our comfort zone and step in to the fires of possibility. And yes, we are in the fire of possibility. We have power to change. And like the poem said, this is our moment. And I really believe that. A year ago, when we had the vigil for Rajwati Baldeo, we had a fraction of the people there. But there's something about Stacy's story. Perhaps it's the timing. Perhaps it's the nature of how it happened. I don't know what it is. Perhaps it's the consciousness that's awakened over years and over a decade of Jahajee Sisters doing this work. But for some reason, something feels different, and we are here in numbers, and beyond here, there are people on social media tuning in. Our open letter reached over 25,000 people, and it's still going. People are queuing in and paying attention, and this is our moment to not let this slip silently by into the night. This is our moment to claim it and say, tomorrow, what do I do differently? How do I hold my family and my community to show up differently? And for us to make a new road by walking.
When I heard about the death of Stacy, it bothered me that in the year 2018, we are still having our young sisters killed in this manner. And to the pandit for this mandir, we thank you for opening up your facility for this particular event. You know, when we think about domestic violence or gender-based violence, it is something that is worldwide. But in some communities, it seems to be on the increase. And we keep asking ourselves, why? We keep trying to find the answers. And we have studies being done on it, and still. I'm glad that we have so many men in our midst today, because it's not only a woman's issue. Yes, women are at the blunt or the bitter end of domestic violence and gender-based violence. However, we need our men on board with us. What is wrong with our socialization process? I don't know. Because we have to get our men to understand that they have to learn to walk away. They have to know when to walk away. But for our sisters who are gathered here and all over, the message is, how can we empower each other? Whenever a Stacy or a Gayatri or a Natasha is killed, it's not the family that is affected alone. It's the community. It's our country. And it goes deep. Those children are left without parents. How do we address that? And then we have the vicious cycle being repeated. Because the children know about violence, violence begets violence. So I want us this afternoon, as we gathered here today, to think about what are the 1, 2, 3 things we will do, both as men and as women, to ensure that violence stops now? What do we do? Is it only about talking? Is it only about listening to others? How can we ensure that there is not another Stacy? Are we going to sound our voices? Are we going to ensure that if we know someone is being abused, that we stay silent about it? Please, we do not want another Stacy, not another Gayatri, not another Natasha, and we could go, the list is long. And I'm so happy that we have so many organizations and communities present here. And I'm throwing it out to all of us to ensure that there is action on our part. And I'm happy that a very good councilwoman here mentioned about the support that is there. Let us encourage, let us allow women and educate them that there is support, there is hope at the end. And they should not see their situation as being in darkness, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to leave those words with you, and for us to leave here today making a commitment to help each and every woman out there. And I really want the men to hear, each and every woman out there, to let them know that they can get out of any abusive situation.
We talk about violence, and these violent acts are committed by grown men and women, right? But once upon a time, these adults were children. And who are the first teachers? The parents are the first teachers. So we learn from the patterns, the behavioral patterns that are set by our parents and sometimes extended family and the community. Now here is the thing, and here is food for thought. Most of us get into, or we become parents without even knowing the ABCs of good parenting. What does it take to raise a sound, responsible adult, a child into an adult? So number one, we become parents, we don't know how to parent a child. We get into relationships, we don't know how to choose our partners, we don't know what is expected of a relationship. We get married, we don't know how to stay married, we don't know how to respect our partners. So here is the thing, I want to talk about, just 1 minute, what we do here at Bhuvaneshwar Mandir. So I'm a part of the team here, and Acharya Arunji, who's my son, and myself, we've actually spent 2 years in India studying the Shastras quite extensively. So we know what the Shastras and our scriptures say. If you don't make spirituality a part of your children's life, they will live their lives by trial and error, the way we have lived our lives. So I implore all of you, whether you're a Christian, go to Bible classes. If you're a Muslim, go to the Quran classes. If you're Hindus, come to Bhuvaneshwar. We teach you the Shastras the way it should be taught, how to live life and possibly avoid these situations, how to choose a partner, how to raise a child, how to stay married, how not to confront anybody. And for these people who are violent, every one of us are innately and inherently peaceful, we're pure, we're good. What happened to us? There are two reasons, two things that happen to us. One, we are socially conditioned. We see how others behave, and so we pattern ourselves. Those mental impressions are formed in our minds. Number two, these violent tendencies come from many past lives. Hindus.
2 months ago, after my mother's hospitalization, the doctors wanted to put her on hospice. And I'm like, they deemed her terminal. and I saw Mr. THAKAR, I think the founder, on TV, and he was advertising this Indian community in Kings Harbor. It's a great Indian community where my mother feels at home, and she expresses her happiness to me whenever I come.
I know when I come I feel happy. I stay couple and I see everybody and I'm so happy.
I brought my mother here like a month and a half ago, and I haven't regretted my decision. It's one of the best decisions I've made for my mother. It's a home away from home.
At Triple Crown Auto Sales, we are driven to be the different, the best, to be your luxury car dealership. Don't be a victim of bad credit or no credit. Let us get you into a luxury car today. Guaranteed credit approval. All income are welcome. Self-employed, cash, Social Security fixed income or disability, W-2 unemployed fixed income. Let us show you the respect you just don't get from other dealers. We know that bad things happen to good people. Everyone deserves to drive in luxury. Visit us at triplecrowncars.com or call us at 516-488-2200.
When a young girl visits Guyana, she learns of her ancestors' past that changes her life forever. The first batch of Indians arrived in British Guyana to replace slave labor. Celebrating 180 years of Indian arrival in Guyana, Echoes from the Plantation, releasing April 2018.
This is our moment. Stacy, your red hair waving in the wind like a Jandi flag sounds the alarm in declaration, screams, no more harm must come to our women and girls. Women, men, children, ready your engines. The eye of the perfect storm approaches. Sound the alarm, our moment is now. Now that the hair on our skin raise, the sin of your murder still fresh upon our face, like a splash of cold water. Anger rages and sadness phases as our voices climb higher and higher, sparking collective action. Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
Ring the alarm, end the harm. Anoint skin with sacred balms. Remedies of protection readies us for action. March on. Positive change and peace gain traction. Step into love, lean into light, and roar like a lioness might. Glow, shout, and grow this moment, this movement. Stacy, we know you, watching over us, while fallen sisters welcome you where souls hover.
Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
Our time is now. Gentle cues guide us. The hour is here to speak of hurt, held in weeping eyes. Feel everything. Don't numb out. Without doubt, face the eye of the storm, filled with fierce resilience. Don't look the other way. We are not cowards. The humdrum of freedom beckons our march forward. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition of goddess light. Our vision, dignity, and self-worth fuels our fight.
Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
Sublimate, tend to our hearts, burn out pain. There is love to gain. What he did is our story to name. It was never our shame. Release pain, reclaim power. Even at the 11th hour, it's never too late. Ring the alarm, no more harm. Our time is now.
Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
Cultivate love and center healing. Be in our feeling. Speak truth in sisterhood. Together, uproot patriarchy for good. Slowly, surely, again and again, we will feel whole, worthy, a perfect 10 again. Stacy, your death is our pain. Your legacy, our power. Change flows through us, bleeding into our future. With every mention of your story, we co-create our glory. Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
The time is now. Disrupt deadly patterns, speak and transform, stave off oppression, nourished by a culture of violence and hate. Reflect on what we pass down. Choose now to pass on beauty, love, and acceptance.
Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
Transform self, heal in community. Take action. March like warrior women in unity. We stay strong, confident, and educated. For you, Stacy. Examine our pain, honor our power. Flip the script on inner shame. With feelings of urgency, we cultivate a sense of agency. Once voiceless, we now speak to energize masses, redefine power, call in love in every hour. Now is our time. We demand a safer world for women and girls. Women, men, and children, ready your engines, the eye of the perfect storm approaches. Sound the alarm, our moment is now. Sound the alarm, our moment is now. Sound the alarm, our moment is now.
When a young girl visits Guyana, she learns of her ancestors' past that changes her life forever. The first batch of Indians arrived in British Guyana to replace slave labor. Celebrating 180 years of Indian arrival in Guyana. Echoes from the Plantation, releasing April 2018.
When looking at places that cares for the elderly, My Indian Nursing Home is that perfect place. We provide a clean and safe family environment with culturally experienced and qualified medical staff on site, such as doctors, nurses, physical therapists, and cooks. All of our residents can celebrate cultural festivities and have access to recreational programs with Indian TV, music, live shows, entertainment, and so much more. For the perfect place for comfort, culture, and care, bring your parents to My Indian Nursing Home, a home away from home.
Hey, what's up, Brooks? Bro, how'd you get this car? I got it at Triple Crown Auto. It's an awesome dealership. I tried to get a car here, but they denied me. Trust me, you go there, they'll hook you up. Listen, I had bad credit, I had past bankruptcies, I get paid off the books, I want a nice car, and I only could put $500 down payment. You're approved.
And I'm one of the co-chairs of Jahajee Sisters. And this issue is deeply, deeply personal to me. And right now what I want to do is just please, I'm going to ask you raise your hand if you or someone you know has faced domestic violence. Okay, I think that's the whole room. And if you did not raise your hand, now you know me. So I'm going to tell you my personal story. I don't do this very often. 10 years ago, when I was still in law school. My dream was to become a women's rights attorney. And at the same time, though, I found myself in a toxic relationship. I was with a man who, whenever we were with our friends, he would put me down, be condescending. He would suspect that any man I talked to, I was cheating on him with, right? That jealousy. And our arguments became so intense that his voice and his rage would fill that house. And I remember him shouting names at me, calling me a whore, calling me a slut, really anything he could say to make me feel small, to make me feel worthless. And he did. And the pain that I felt, the way that hurt me, sent me spiraling into a depression so bad, I stopped going to classes, my grades dropped, and I even thought about dropping out of law school altogether and giving up on my dream. And I remember asking myself this question over and over and over, what will people say? You guys know that phrase, right? What will people say? I was so scared that I would be shamed, that I would be judged. And that fear is part of what kept me in that relationship, because I knew if I left, I would have to tell people why. And I knew if I reached out to someone for support, I would have to explain to them what the problem was. So we have to end the shame, we have to break the silence, right? In order for us to never have a Stacy Singh again. And you may be wondering why I'm here, telling you something that might seem so deeply personal. And it's important for me to do that because you know what? This is my truth. And I deeply, deeply believe that the truth will set us free. We need to speak our truths. And if my story can help one person, I'm going to tell it over and over and over again until this scourge of domestic violence is eradicated. Speaking of truth, you know, one of the things people say in our community is if he loves you, he beats you. If he beats you, it means he loves you, right? How many people have heard that? When his jealousy turns to violence, that just shows he cares. The truth is violence is not love. And what is the sickness in our community that is something we say, right? People say things like, well, you know, she had another man. The truth is, there is nothing, not one thing that makes it okay to hurt or kill a woman. I don't care if she had 10 men. It is unacceptable. There is no excuse. People will say, oh, but she could have left. She's stupid for staying. You know what? We don't know the circumstances of a woman's life. We don't know if she's a mother and taking care of her kids is her foremost concern, if she knows she can't care for them and herself financially. And you know what? It's not our place to judge. It is our place as community members to help and to support. People say, you know, the abuser is a monster, and they may be right, but we also have to take a good look in the mirror and ask ourselves, who created that monster? Because as a community, and this is true in so many groups, we believe fundamentally that men are superior to women, and it is that mentality that makes it okay to hurt and to kill women. We need to eradicate that mentality once and for all. And because we as a culture uphold that, guess what? We can also dismantle it. We can disrupt. All of us in this room have a role to play in ending the cycle for good. And we're going to do it. You know why? Because I feel something special in this moment. I don't know if you do too. But we have had other cases like Stacy Singh's before. But never have I felt this much outrage from our people and this much resolve, this much commitment. So I'm asking all of you today to please, let's be bold. When we leave here, if you see someone abusing, if you see someone disrespecting a woman, challenge them. If you have children, teach them boys and girls are equal. If you're raising a son, teach him that there are ways to argue that don't include using fists, right? If you're a man, please reach out and talk to other men. I'm glad that there are some of you here in the room today. And if you are a faith leader, please on Sunday preach about this issue, because you know what? It is going to take all of us to make a difference. And I know that you can, because I believe in the power of my people. I believe in the power of you. So I'm going to ask you all to join me now in a chant. It's a call and response at Jahajee Sister. We are rabble rousers. And so we go out and we rally and we protest. And so the chant goes like this. You're going to repeat after me. No more violence, no more hate.
No more violence, no more hate.
We will rise and be the change.
We will rise and be the change.
Louder. No more violence, no more hate.
No more violence, no more hate.
We will rise and be the change.
We will rise and be the change.
No more violence, no more hate.
No more violence, no more hate.
We will rise and be the change.
We will rise and be the change.
Thank you.
Yes, there are lies. So light of the merchant ship, and minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty, and forward this generation triumphantly. Won't you have to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption is told. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None of ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for loving energy, 'cause nothing else can stop the time. How long must they feel our profits while we stand aside and look? All the say is just orbit. We've got
Hi, I'm Dr. Priya and welcome to Precious Smiles Medical Care, a wonderful place to make sure that all of your child's medical care needs are met. We take care of kids as young as newborns all the way up until their adolescent years till they turn 18. We provide in-house vaccines and in-house lab facilities so that you don't have to take them anywhere else. So come in, let us be your partners in care at Precious Smiles Medical Care, where every kid leaves with a smile.
When a young girl visits Guyana, she learns of her ancestors' past that changes her life forever. The first batch of Indians arrived in British Guyana to replace slave labor. Celebrating 180 years of Indian arrival in Guyana, Echoes from the Plantation, releasing April 2018.
When looking at places that cares for the elderly, My Indian Nursing Home is that perfect place. We provide a clean and safe family environment with culturally experienced and qualified medical staff on site, such as doctors, nurses, physical therapists, and cooks. All of our residents can celebrate cultural festivities and have access to recreational programs with Indian TV, music, live shows, entertainment, and so much more. For the perfect place for comfort, culture, and care, bring your parents to My Indian Nursing Home, a home away from home.
Guyana, oh, Guyana.
Guyana.
I know this school is a place set up in the community to help children to further them education, to achieve a goal, a computer certificate. I want to thank God for the scholarship for Rebecca Jerram, sponsored by the school. And the owner, I just want to thank God for them. They can continue doing the good work as they are doing in this community.
I want to say special thanks to Save Happy Computer School because my daughter goes into school. She do a computer course here, and she went for an interview at the Regional Democratic Council for a job with 49 persons for 2 spots. And she indicated to them that she do a course at Save Happy Computer School and she do have a certificate. And as soon as she produced a certificate, she was hired on the spot.